This is a public service announcement because about once a day when I look at my Gab feed, I'll see a Christian, an atheist, or a pagan bad mouthing one of those other groups. And the reason why it concerns me is because all of these people are self-described right-wingers, alt-right, anti-establishment people. They're all supposed to be on the same side. And they probably agree with each other on 9 out of 10 issues. They all don't like the same people. They all want to see similar changes to society, and if it weren't for the religious thing, they all seem to be more or less okay working together. So it just doesn't make any sense to me, and it's bad organizational stuff. Particularly, there's 2 or 3 big accounts with thousands of followers on Gab. One even has about 5,000, which probably means it's one of the biggest accounts on Gab. So I don't want to say specifically who it is because I want to keep this general, but you can probably figure out who I'm talking about. And I looked at their Gabs over a period of about a month, and I think I found about 100 negative references to pagans, and the person's a self-described Christian. And of course it generates a lot of response back and forth with, and there was also, I think the same person said that they wanted to send the atheist to a concentration camp. So maybe it's all joking, maybe it's in good fun, but to me it doesn't really seem like a smart thing for anybody to do. It's, I think, widely recognized that one of the reasons why European societies are so relatively successful is because they're high trust, and you don't really establish high trust in a political movement by bad-mouthing your compatriots' sincere beliefs about such an important issue like religion. Everybody probably thinks that the moral situation in America and the West was better 100 years ago than it was today, and I can tell you that you would not stand up in polite company and start bad-mouthing other people's religions like this. You might write a text, you might write a tract or something, but you wouldn't get on the equivalent of social media, which would be standing up in a room full of people and start bad-mouthing Christianity, or saying that all the atheists are going to go to camps and be murdered, or that all the pagans are stupid, illiterate heretics, things which I've been seeing on a daily basis on Gab. So I think it would behoove us to ask the question of what the hell are we doing? And if you're just trying to get a social media account with more followers, then maybe saying the most maybe saying the most grotesque, shocking, and hateful things might behoove you. You might get more followers that way, but that kind of reflects the sick state of our society, even within the movement. If it's people like that who are the most successful and influential, rather than anyone who's trying to build something or do something or change something. So I really just don't see the point in all that behavior. And if you could explain it to me, maybe you could leave a comment. But just as an aside, like I know that the people who disagree fundamentally about religious matters can get along. I know that they can within this movement because I can think of one podcast, actually 2 or 3 podcasts that are hosted on a website in which the guy who runs the website has religious beliefs that are fundamentally incompatible. They are heretical. They are anathema to the people who actually have podcasts on that website. And all of these people are sincerely religious and think a lot about their religious beliefs. So if they can work together, and they obviously can because they've been doing this for a while now, more than 2 years at this point, if they can do that, then I think that the pagans, the Christians, and the atheists can leave the religious stuff out of it for long enough, maybe, just maybe, for people to put together a political movement that can take control of these countries that we live in, that we should be rightfully controlling. And then, one day in the future, maybe, there's other systems which might be able to work. I would say go look at the Lebanese system. Take a look at them. They've got a confessional system in which all of the groups based on their population sizes, have a reserved amount of influence in the society, and it's not really encouraged to proselytize. It's not encouraged to go between the communities and attack each other. It's expressly illegal to do that. Everybody's got their place. They're all part of the same nation, and they work together and they live peacefully, and it's actually worked pretty good for them. So maybe one day we can end up like that, but for right now, it seems like it would be a good idea to keep the religious, really just a self-gratifying religious warfare to a minimum and concentrate more on something that'll have practical results. It's my public service announcement. Thank you for your time.